Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Opinion Machine, the show about all things gaming. My name is Killjoy, and today we're taking a look at Borderlands 3. Now, the reason I'm doing this video is more to do with performance than it is the actual game itself. Right off the bat, I can say that I'm enjoying the game, having a blast playing through it with Don Hayes over on his channel. But, as you've probably heard and know, the PC version maybe not running so well, and I have encountered many issues while playing. Now, you see in the top right corner there is a frame rate counter. You can see that it's like 42, 43 frames. This game goes crazy with frames for me. Like, it's all over the place. If I turn around, 60 frames, nice and easy. Well, you also notice that the settings aren't exactly on high. It's kind of an issue, to be honest. Like, I'll show you what happens when I like crank things up. So this is, you can certainly see it's about 40 frames roughly in this area. If I go into visuals and just smash everything onto like higher, you'll see that it might just hit about 30. So it's just about over 30. Definitely looks a lot better. You can see more detail on the guns and things. So my computer should be able to run this like fairly well and fairly stably on these high settings. The only reason I've been turning it down is so that as I'm playing, it's you can see like almost stuttering across the screen as like drops frames and things as well. I should be able to run this game on ultra high, realistically, with the setup that I've got. I've got 16 gig RAM, I've got an 8 core processor, my graphics card's at 4 gig. It might not be quite as high as some things, but if I put it on ultra, ooh, struggling to hit, don't even hit 30. You know, like that's on custom, isn't it? So, oh, badass. That's the highest you can go then, basically. The game looks great. Just a shame it runs at like 25 frames. And even if I couldn't run it on badass, I would be able to expect to run it on ultra high. That would be where I would ideally like to have it, and that will run maybe 28 frames. Now certain games I don't mind running at those kind of frame rates. Like, I don't mind if it's like a turn-based game or something, but in terms of like, ooh, got more frames over here. In terms of a game that requires a lot of fast-paced action, I expect it to run a lot better than it does. Now, I could cap it at 30, which you can do by going into here and going to cap to 30. And it will more than likely stay at that, I would like to think, all round. But you can already see, like, it just doesn't seem as smooth, like blur on and things. I don't want to play the game that way. So I've been playing it with a lot, oops, that's the wrong button. I've been playing it with a lot of lower down visuals, mainly on medium. As you'll see now, simply, but then turning a few things off as well. Let's get rid of that. Turn that off. Off. And yeah, just knocking some things down, and you'll see now that it will run. Well, not even at 60. This is the problem, is like certain areas just don't run very well in this game, and it's kind of frustrating. I'm playing the game, it's all over the place. Like when I load in, it's at like 10 frames. Going into the menu, like that, goes up, going into here. This only runs at like 50. Like, there's just serious issues with this game, and it's annoying. I mean, luckily I don't mind playing it like this because it looks like Borderlands 2, and that's okay. Like, I like Borderlands 2 visual style. But, also, aim down sights, you can see sometimes it stutters as well. It's something else that I'm not the only person who's had this issue with, but sometimes when I aim down a sight with an actual scope, it will just have a wobbly and stutter. Now, all of this stuff is a problem. This is a game that's been in development for a long time, that probably started on very high-end PCs, and while this game on high settings looks lovely, it's still not the most powerhouse of a video game, pushing all these different visuals and things. Like, it should be able to run better than it does, and the fact that I'm not getting, you know, a high frame rate of like 60 a lot of the time is kind of telling. Like, I can put it on low, but I don't really want to go down that far. You can just watch that frame in the top right, look how much it constantly changes. Going to somewhere like here, it's 60. Going somewhere else, it's not at all. Just kind of like, just frustrating, if anything else. Like, I'm hoping that Gearbox are going to patch it fairly soon, so the whole game's just a lot more stable. Like, there's no reason why it should run this badly, and I know you can go online now and you can look at people that can't load into the game. DirectX 12 issues, because I'm running DirectX 11, it's less of a problem. I had an issue where I couldn't even start a new game because it wouldn't load the file properly. I got around that by joining Jack's game, or I also found out I could take that file out and get the game to load. Just myriads of different problems that this game seems to be having. And you know, so I'm kind of hoping this week that we're going to see, or in time, you know, in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see some actual patches come, because you know the game's really fun. I'm having a blast with this game, but it is frustrating. Let's go and find some combat. Let's see if this affects anything. But you can already see that it doesn't look particularly nice to like watch my screen. Aha! There you go. There's a weird stutter there.
Take that, you ganky knob.
So playing Zane, so it's pretty funny. The thing is, I keep knocking settings down to try and hit that 50 frames. Like, I have a very wonky experience playing this game, so I'm kind of having to just figure out. I mean, I don't mind at the end of the day if I have to put it on low to get 60, I will. But I got a feeling it's not going to make much of a difference, unfortunately. But yeah, I just kind of want to make this to show that it's not particularly running very well. I mean, even sometimes in the menus it just doesn't run very well either. But I've also had some other glitches. Last night discovered a glitch where I was playing as Flak. I was reviving my pet. The pet disappeared as it died, and I couldn't fire. I couldn't change weapon. I couldn't run. The only thing I could do was get downed, and then it reset me. I've had issues where I'll be in the menu, and it won't let me I can hit escape and it won't let me out. I've had issues where my UI's disappeared. Even then, look at that. It's like stuttering and stuff. So, anyone planning on getting on this on PC, maybe you either wait or just be aware that you're not going to be able to run it. You're probably better off capping it at 30 and having a slightly worse experience, because it is just all over the place currently with its current settings, where it's not particularly running all that well. It is frustrating because the game, like I said, the game itself, if you like Borderlands, you're gonna love this game.
I call this a successful operation.
Combat action shotgun is amazing. You can just keep seeing, like, in combat, it's just like the frames are all over the place, it's stuttering. It's just not a smooth experience, so. But hopefully your mileage may be better than mine. I know my graphics card isn't the like toppest of the line, but it's pretty good regardless. So yeah, so game not running overly well, but hopefully you're having a better experience, and I'm at least being able to play it is good enough for me. But I expect better from both Gearbox and 2K and whoever else has had a handle on this. This should not be the release in this state. It seems like it just needs to be ironed out, and hopefully in the next few weeks we will get that. So this video is just kind of to point out some issues I'm having personally, and to just let people know that, you know, be aware if you are going to buy it on PC. I know the console versions have had a few issues as well, but anyway, that's going to do it for me today then, guys. Thank you very much for watching, as always. Feel free to like there, subscribe, obviously comment if you're having issues in the box below, and check us out, Twitter, Facebook, got all that good stuff. But until next video, I'll see you then.